What up, Hard Squad? Welcome to one of my biggest Guess That grades, where you and I will be taking a look and predicting the grades of some rare Pokemon cards. And in the same video, we're gonna be revealing the results. And for today's one, we got a doozy. I am doing 10 cards spanning from base set to some Gold Star cards that I know you are gonna love. Why? Because I honestly feel that these are in immaculate condition. And what we're gonna do today is use my trusty, which I still haven't given a name for, Blacklight. A Blacklight that we're gonna take a look at each of those 10 cards and we're gonna predict the grades. Now, when you're predicting grades, it's paramount that you look at 4 different categories. And today, we're gonna be using Beckett Grading Services, or BGS, to get our cards graded. And those 4 categories are the corners, surface, sides, and of course, the big one, centering. So, when you are predicting the card grades, as we will be doing shortly, please keep those in mind and keep track and comment if you predicted and guessed that grade. So without further ado, let's get into one where basically all of these cards I either have pulled myself or recently purchased in a big collection. As you are seeing right here is a base set Blastoise. And I apologize for that, I was trying to get it in focus, but hopefully it is. This specific one I pulled semi-recently. We actually got the Charizard and Venusaur graded in a previous Guess That grade, and they had some 10s on those cards. Those were like easily PSA 10s, but we were close to getting Beckett Pristine 10s on those guys. And I expect no less with this specific Blastoise. So without further ado, let's take a look at the centering. For this specific one, look at the yellow border on the front, blue on the back, and I gotta say, centering on this probably would get about a 9.5. I've been surprised where they've gotten better and they've looked worse, I know, but we'll go with 9.5 for centering. Otherwise, I don't see any factory lines on the actual holofoil itself, which is very, very nice with so much real estate there. And then we're gonna get out the trusty Blacklight over here and take a look to see if there's any discrepancies on the surface, but specifically before we get to surface, look at these pristine corners. These are the same corners that the Charizard and Venusaur had, which were pretty much flawless. There ain't no whitening on these things, and that's really, really big. Especially these were in those blister packs. Surface, so corners I'm giving an easy 10, like absolute easy 10. Maybe they try to dock it off sometimes if there's like, maybe they're cut improperly or something, but even then, these are the same corners as the Charizard and stuff. They were from the same packaging and set, so should get approximately the same. I don't see anything wrong with the surface on the back. And then, of course, taking a look at the front over here, see any hollow bleed specifically like on the side. Sometimes you can get docked for, or you should get docked for if there is. Otherwise, guys, I'm being optimistic and I'm putting my call in. Blastoise base set unlimited. This guy is gonna get a Beckett Pristine 10. Yes, you heard it here first. Beckett Pristine 10 for Blastoise base set unlimited. Now we're gonna switch it up and go a little Gold Star. Well, we already got it. We don't need to go hunting anymore. And take a look at this Groudon Gold Star. Why Groudon is very special to me is because I actually pulled one in an EX Delta Species packs. I think it was back in 2018 on the channel. Yes, just search for it, Leonhart Gold Star. And it came back a PSA 10. I want one now in Beckett Pristine 10. Will this one get it? Probably not. But let's take a look why. Centering wise, I would say it's a bit off. I would still give it a 9.5 for centering, but a low 9.5, if that makes sense. You can tell, look, on the back as well. I didn't see any factory lines of any sort on it, so that's a plus for surface. Now let's get the blue gold Blacklight and take a look to see if there's anything that we missed surface-wise. Now, obviously, I am going through this much faster in a video like this. You can always pause the video yourself, but that's what makes it kind of more fun. is to do it in a relatively fast motion, but you know, you can still get a good look at these. Corners wise, little speck of whitening at the top right. Otherwise, the other corners are absolutely fantastic. Hopefully that's dust on the inside, that little white thing down there. And I don't see any other types of discrepancies on this card. So Groudon, Gold Star, very, very big one. The Gold Stars are absolutely beautiful cards. My prediction is going to be a very, very strong BGS 9.5 for this guy. So putting that over here. Now let's get to one of the most exciting cards that I'm excited to grade is a Charizard EX from the series Fire Red, Leaf Green from 2003. And this beautiful specimen leaves a lot of room for imperfections. However, from a fast glance before, you know, deciding to actually put this in an episode, not just because it's Charizard, it is in beautiful condition. You saw the centering, it's perfect centering. No whitening at the tops. There is a little speck of whitening. The bottom left down there, if you look close enough, it's very, very minuscule, which is why it's like, even if you get a corner 9.5, that's okay if everything else is perfect, which, I don't know. This was in that master collection that I got from a Pokemon employee. I don't see any imperfections surface-wise on that side, and pretty much same from the front side. I'm so iffy on this one. I'm still gonna say a Beckett 9.5. They, you know, I always be optimistic, but it's like they always find something naturally. They use more tools and are the professionals here, or at least you'd like to hope. And they find something. They've been wrong before. It's very subjective, obviously, in grading in general, not just from Beckett. And but I'm gonna give this a very, very strong BGS 9.5 for Charizard EX. But Charizard EX would be lonely. So I wanted to grade Blastoise EX from the very same set, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Everything about this card is almost exactly the same. Centering wise, should be perfect. I don't see any imperfections of the surface or no factory lines. Taking a look at the back, speck whitening at the top right. Left side is clear, bottom side and right side are clear. So it's like, instead of down here, that speck, it's now diagonally across. I don't see anything wrong with the surface on Blastoise from a fast glance as well. Perhaps y'all did, but if not, once again, I'm very excited to get both of these cards from this great set, Fire Red, Leaf Green, graded, especially the top two cards from the sets. I'm going to give this one, for my prediction, a BGS or Beckett 9.5. Strong one, just like the Charizard. Would love to be surprised if one of them came back a 10. But that would be crazy. Next step, one you're really going to enjoy. I mean, these have been great so far. Team Rocket returns Mewtwo EX. This beauty I've been wanting to get graded, and I'm pumped about. Now, it's not going to get a 10. I'm hoping for a 9.5, which is still a fantastic grade. Centering wise, you'll see it's a little off center from bottom to top, which is usually really random. The back looks actually perfect compared to the front, centering wise. Whitening wise, I didn't see any whitening. Like, there's some dust on the sides, you can see. But that's dust, and I haven't really had them dock that out because you can kind of just brush that off. And I haven't been wanting to really touch it. What is white? What is this? Is this? There's some whitening on this. Oh no! We'll scratch that off right there. We'll be good to go. Okay, well there's this will be interesting. Looks like there's a little whitening on the top of the Pokeball right there that the blacklight reveals. But if you go like this, you can kind of still see it actually too. But that's gonna be fun. We'll see if I can get rid of that later on. Otherwise, Mewtwo EX from EX Team Rocket returns. Let's see if we see any other things with the surface here. I'm gonna give this one still a 9.5. It'll be maybe a little bit lower one because we will see the subcategory grades for it. But there we go. A Mewtwo EX from EX Team Rocket returns. A BGS 9.5 is my prediction. Next up we have, well, that was just halfway through. Kyogre, Gold Star. Yes, kind of goes with the Groudon one. This one, centering wise, looks beautiful. No factory lines of the sort. with the back. Centering is a little bit tad more off. There is some whitening at the top right, if you will take a gander at. Right there, you can kind of see it. Little speck at the top left. However, the bottom is why there's nothing wrong with the bottom, which is why I decided I ultimately wanted to grade this one as well. Plus, it's a gold star. They're just such incredible cards, especially in that Beckett slab. Maybe something a little right there. Oh, that just came off. I love when that happens. I don't see anything wrong with the surface on that side, and no factory lines or hollow bleed on this guy. So for Kyogre, I'm gonna give it still a Beckett 9.5. Everything's a 9.5 today. I know things will get a 9, I know, but come on, let me be optimistic here, okay? My prediction is a BGS or Beckett 9.5, but like a lower end one for Kyogre. Then we have an absolutely stunning card. Bird is the word. I believe this is from EX Unseen Forces. And it's in pretty good condition. Centering wise, it should be fantastic. I didn't see any factory lines in the such. Whitening wise, I think I did see a little at the top right. There is nothing on that side. A little speck down there in the bottom left, but that side is perfect on the bottom right. I didn't see any discrepancies or anything with the surface. Yes, they are a little like warped, but that's okay. That doesn't like that won't, they put it in the case and it's fine. That's usually never been a problem. So thankfully that's good. Didn't see any factory lines on Ho-Oh or anything. For this one, I am gonna give it a BGS 9. I know. A BGS 9 is my score for this one. I would love it if it came back at 9.5, so that can be something we could, hold out hope for and be dramatic about. We have 3 more to go, including this one. Now, I know you're like, it's just the Chansey from base set, Leonhart. No. Look at this Chansey. Wait, is that something on the card? Okay. Look at this Chansey. It is perfect. Look at the centering. Yeah, it's great. It's from the same lot from the Charizard and everything. It had like 10 centering. No factory lines on Chansey. Very, very big. But we take a look at the back. If I remember correctly, let's just confirm. There's no whitening on this card. Why is that so big? As I will continue to shine this on there so you can take a look. The population for Chansey in flawless condition, there is none. There is none. It's just that difficult of a card to grade. This is one of the big cards from today. Because if this can come back like a 10, which I don't think there's ever been, that's big. That's massive. So that's what we're going for today with this Chansey and why. Otherwise, a 9.5 is still very, very nice, especially a strong one, because that would be a PSA 10, which is fantastic. That's really, really rare too. So we're gonna look out for that. A BGS 9.5 with strong subcategories is very important as well for Chansey. My prediction, I'm gonna say a strong 9.5 for my prediction, but let's be surprised and get that 10. But I'm gonna say, I said it. All right, so we have 2 more cards. Base set Alakazam, and yes, these have all been pulled by myself. Centering is almost perfect. Probably a 9.5 for centering. I don't think I saw any factory lines on this guy, which is really big. Whitening wise, clear. What do you know? Wait, is there something on there? Okay, there's maybe like one little speck down here, but that's on the sides, not the corner. So corner's perfect, 10. Sides, you can give that little speck down there, 9.5. Otherwise, let's hope for a 10. Let's hope for a 10 for Alakazam. Yeah, maybe like something right there. Let's see if that's on the card or not, but I'm gonna say a Beckett 9.5 still, just to be casually optimistic for my prediction of Alakazam from base set. We've reached the final card, and you're saying again, why just a Poliwrath from base set? Well, 1, I've pulled it, and 2, Poliwrath is very special to me, not just because this card looks like it's in perfect condition, which I will show you right now, but it was one of the cards I remember when I first pulled, when my dad would give me packs of base set when I would be growing up, and I did well in school. He would give me a pack, and I remember specifically pulling like a Poliwrath. As you'll see, the corners and everything on this card look virtually flawless. Still gonna get a prediction, a Beckett 9.5, a very, very strong one. But as you were seeing, a lot of these cards we could make history in today's video second half. On that note, please make your predictions. Let's go to Beckett.
A few moments later.
And we're back in the studio for Guess That Grade. Yes, all 10 cards are inside this box, including that Charizard EX, several gold stars, and some base set holographics like that Blastoise that I thought was in fantastic condition. So, without further ado, let us reach into the box, and I will make sure I don't... Why am I closing my... I do that every single time, like it's gonna I'm not gonna see it, but you're gonna see it. All right, I'm gonna gently set that there. The first card is the Ho-Oh EX from EX Unseen Forces. On screen will be the potential grades and approximate values of those grades of when I think this guy would come in. Now, I would be very, very happy if this came back a BGS 9.5, which was my prediction. So, without further ado, a 9.5! And what a 9.5 at that! It is 0.5 away from being a true Super Saiyan 9.5 with 9.5s all around. I really have to say, this looks absolutely gorgeous in this Beckett casing with that gold label, but you can see the centering. Edge is the only thing were those corners, which we said, and as I will show you here, that was what's gonna be the whole problem in the first place. I got the black light back. There's whitening at the top right, little something something on the bottom right, little something something on the bottom left, and then that one's good. Otherwise, everything else on this card was in fantastic condition. So you're seeing the population reports pop up on screen for how many of these are in the wild. Honestly, there's not that many. So I'm very, very happy of the grade that this one came in place. Next up, read all about it, making sure on screen we can see anything. And this one is, oh, it's a big one. EX Team Rocket Return Set, Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Pretty much the best EX from Team Rocket Returns. It was in great shape. Approximate prices on screen per their grade. I think I said a very nice BGS 9.5 and a strong one at that. Let's see. A 9.5. So we are 2 for 2 right now. Also 0.5 away. 0.5 away, it's just the centering, which we'll take a closer look at that. The centering for the fourth category gave it the 9. Otherwise, they're all 9.5s for the Rockets Mewtwo. So, centering, it's definitely more silver on all the sides compared to the top. Let's take a look at the back. Yeah, I can see it being, again, more blue compared to the top. But that being said, I've seen plenty of cards getting 9.5s. Not that it matters, it wouldn't change the grade, it would just make it a true 9.5. But as you can see, and as, you know, for anyone later on wanting to take a look, you don't just look at the grade, the number, you look at the card itself to see how strong of a grade it is. I highly suggest you do that, especially for PSA 10s. But this right here, my friend, is absolutely fantastic. I'm very, very happy and proud of the grade. All right, we're 2 for 2 so far. It can only go downhill from here. All right, what do we got next? Oh, it's Gold Star hunting time. Kyogre Gold Star from EX Delta Species. So I know my prediction was BGS 9.5. I think that was being very, very optimistic. So let's see if we can get that. Oh, it's 0.5 away from a 9.5. Oh, no way. Look. Either the centering or the corners, either of those gets a 0.5, and this would be a gold label 9.5. But that's okay. Once again, we're taking a look at the card, and it's still a very, very strong 9 for a gold star. Now, centering-wise, let's take a look. Honestly, I would say this is still 9.5 centering. Corners, there is, you can obviously ding at the top right. Otherwise, I will take out the light. A little whitening up there. Maybe there's something on the front. I don't know. I guess this whitening at the top right is big enough to constitute it getting a 9. So either of those could go either way. Otherwise, surface and edges got 9.5s, which is beautiful. So this Kyogre Gold Star with a 9, I'll still take it because it's 0.5 away from a 9.5. What can I say? All right, next up, let's see it. It is Groudon time. Gold Star, once again, I believe, is wanting a BGS 9.5. So let's see. Another 9. But oh my gosh, centering got an 8.5 on this one. Let me make sure that's in focus for y'all. Is this in focus? Yeah, look at that. That got an 8.5 for centering. I know it was worse. Surface got a 9, so we'll take a look at that, but corners and edges got 9.5s. So this centering constitutes an 8.5 by their scale. I would say more on the front than the back, because this is definitely not an 8.5 for the centering on the back here. Front-wise, it's pretty low down there, the yellow, compared to the other sides, especially the top. I can partially see that. Surface-wise, what's going on here, Groudon? What's up? So, it's going to be harder to tell without really getting close surface-wise. You never know if there's like a ding or some scratches or whatnot, but that's on the case. It's now gone. That's the same thing that's now down there. There may be the little white speck down there. That could be what they kind of put for that. Unless that was dust, kind of forgetting at this point. But anyway, that's still a very, very nice score. Anytime you get a gold star, the absolute, like, very, very difficult cards to get, I'll be very, very happy. So there we go. Those were the gold stars. We got some heavy hitters coming up, of which I hope we can get some fantastic grades, like this Poliwrath. Base set unlimited. I think I said a 9.5, but a super strong one. So it's a 9.5. And once again, we're 0.5 away. It's just the edges out of all things. And I think I know where they're going to reference it, but edges got a 9.5. So this is very, very strong. These holos are all from like the same batch that you saw in another Guess That Grade. The Charizard, Venusaur all came back like almost like with 10s in subcategories. So I think it was, unless I'm thinking of a different card. Oh, I think I'm thinking of a different card. So where are on these edges, at least on the back, I don't see any whitening. Maybe like right up there, a little whitening. Otherwise, maybe some hollow bleed that they can count, but usually that's not. No, man. I'm a little confused on the edges, but that's okay. We always look a bit closer after the video. But this came back a very, very nice 9.5, which honestly, you saw, there's no whitening on these corners. I don't know how some of these didn't get some 10s, but you know, they always look at it closer. But that being said, any like this are strong candidates for PSA 10s at least, which, you know, goes up a bit in price, unless it's a super, super strong BGS, which that is. What do we got here? Chansey! This is a very interesting one. Now, it's a base set unlimited Chansey. However, the population for PSA 10s is so low and difficult to get with a card like this. So many factory line scratches potential, hollow bleeding. You can get a really nice strong grade. That's fantastic. So let's see. A 9.5! And again, the theme of getting 0.5s away from true Super Saiyan 0.5s is again the case here, but now it's the surface, which is kind of what I was talking about before. It's really difficult to get perfect condition surface on this card, but that was one of the things I was like, unless there was some whitening on it somewhere. Did we see anything on here? Oh, that's annoying. There's dust on the inside right there. Oh well, can't do anything about that. There's no whitening on these anything. Absolute flawless on this guy, at least on the front. That being said, maybe there's some hollow bleed or factory lines. Let's see if you can get closer and you at home can take a look. See? I'm really confused about this one, but this is also another one of those, hey, send this to PSA, and if this comes back, PSA 10, we are on the money right there, man. So fantastic, very, very happy actually with all of the grades overall right now. This has been very, very exciting. Hopefully you've guessed and predicted the right grades so far. Alakazam, a very, very big one. A very strong BGS 9.5 is what I predicted for this guy. And it's a 9. What? Oh my gosh. It is 0.5 away from a 9.5. These are so close. So centering and edges. Centering, there's more yellow compared to the top. So is that warranting enough? Especially the back, which does look perfect centering wise. I don't know if that's enough to bump it down to a 9. And edges wise, was this the one that I was thinking of that had maybe some white at the top left? Nope, that's perfect. Make sure I get close enough for y'all to see these. Yeah, okay, so down here, there is that whitening, which I did call out. So maybe that was where it's coming in at a 9. Otherwise, that's it. That little thing bumps it down all the way a whole point, which can happen. With that being said, still pretty happy with the score. It's just 0.5 away from a 9. So, can always send that. I think we have like 3-ish more cards left. Let's see. Big one, Blastoise. And I pulled all of these cards, the base set ones. I think I was very, very optimistic and was saying a Beckett 10, which I do say sometimes. But based off of these other grades, I'm just hoping for a strong 9.5 now. But I can't really change my predictions, but a 9, and it's not even 0.5 away this time. What? Wrecked on this one. Other than the corners, this got centering, edges, and surface all for 9s. This is basically the exact same centering-wise as Alakazam. However, I still think this is 9.5 centering, edges-wise. And of course, surface-wise, let's see if we see anything. Honestly, it's literally flawless on the back of this card. Absolutely flawless. Let's see if... Alright, so down here, I think we may have pointed that out. A little white speck at the bottom. That being said, I didn't see any factory lines or scratches on the holofoil part itself, so a little confused here. For this one, I would probably regrade it if I really wanted to 9.5, but it's not that big of a difference. But there we go. I wanted it to get a 9.5 to match the other Zard and Venusaur that we had graded, so maybe I will. I don't know. You can let me know in the comment section below what you think. All right, now the next 2 cards are from EX Fire Red Leaf Green. This is the big one. Oh my, okay. Charizard Ex. Prices on screen as they have been for what this could get based off of the scores that it gets. I said a BGS 9.5. Can we get surprised and somehow get a 10? A 9.5! But oh, we scratched the 10 surface. That pun not intended there. A centering got a 10 in 9.5s all around. Look at that. This just honestly is absolutely not only a gorgeous card, but the fact that this is pretty much what should, and we'll take a closer look, fly over to like a PSA 10 if you want it, or just keep it like this 9.5 because it's a super strong one. We got 10 for centering, which is fantastic, but everything else got 0.5s away from 10s. Very, difficult card to get perfect. So the fact that it's as perfect as it could be, but look at these sides, look at these corners. I think actually this is a little white down there in that corner. Other than that, that's dust down there, unfortunately. That's just in the case. I really wish that wouldn't be the case, but it's pun intended for that one. but you know what I mean. So I'm very happy about this. Charizard EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. That makes the whole opening right there. The guess that grade. Very nice. We've reached it. The final card. This should be the Blastoise EX Strong BGS 9.5 for this one. And we've gotten it a true Beckett 9.5 for Blastoise EX. A beautiful card to go along with the Charizard. There is a Venusaur from this set, but I didn't get it graded. I didn't think it was going to get a 9.5, but it could be. You never know. But so this is a true Super Saiyan 9.5. We'll take a close look at this one. But my friend, Overall, was a little disappointed with the Blastoise and some of the base set ones, but then again, very happy with the EX Fire Red Leaf Green, a little whitening at the top right. Otherwise, there we have it, folks. Hopefully, you enjoyed this Guess That grade. If you did, subscribe for more. In the meantime, you want more or to watch more Guess That grades, there's a link in the playlist in the description below. Professional YouTuber here. My name is Leonhart. Stay awesome, stay positive, and as always, I will see y'all in the next video.